So firstly, we have generally here 5 commands.
Mhm.
So DDL, DML, yeah. So DCL, TCL, and DQL. So before going to these 5 commands, we'll first go into the basics of SQL. SQL as a structured query language, or else some members will be calling it as just a query language, or else we'll be even calling it as a SQL.
Yeah.
So for what we are using this SQL language? So it's a non-procedural language. See, whenever we have heard of C or Python or anything, we could say like these are procedural language. It means like, see, whenever we are writing a code and we are compiling it, compiler follows in it a procedure, like line by line, first line. Otherwise, if
Mhm.
you are writing a function, it goes first the first function call and then defining a function. In that way, it follows a particular procedure, whatever it may be, C, Python, or Java. But coming to SQL, it's a non-procedural language. So it was
Okay.
introduced by IBM mainly. I mean, like at startings, it was introduced by IBM in the
Uh-huh.
year of 1970s, and
Mhm.
from there it was started mainly. So gradually, every company has started to use this SQL. So the main purpose of this usage is CRUD operations. So what is the SQL doing? I mean, like, what is the purpose of SQL? It does the CRUD operations. It means create, retrieve or read, update, delete. So these are the things which we do the mainly in the SQL. So what is the main purpose of the SQL is to do these operations. So generally before we used to use the files to store the databases. I mean, like, to store the data
Mhm.
in the previous days. So what happened, gradually coming to the updations and updations, we have started first we were doing it manually, and we
Shruti,
have
sorry.
started doing it digitally. Manually to digitally we have forwarded. But though we did, yeah,
In between, like I
yeah,
missed your voice.
Nagashri.
In between, I missed your voice. Some audio
Okay,
disturbance. Yeah.
okay, now is it okay?
Yeah, now you're clear.
Uh, is it okay now?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
you're clear now.
So before, yeah, thank you. So before, what happens is we were using the files before. So what happening with the using manually or digitally means manually doing files, it used to take a lots of time, lots of storage for books or papers or whatever. And if we lose the data, we don't have the backups. This was the issue. To overcome that backup, we have started to use the files digitally. So what's the purpose from moving to manually to digitally means to overcome the drawback of storage and maintaining the backups. So coming to digitally, what happened is we got like we have moved, we have removed the drawback of this backup issue, but we can't able to move the drawback of storage issue, because storing more files of data, it was really tough. So for that case, to overcome that one, we have started using database. So what are these databases? Files and databases are same. It both stores the data, but in files we were storing the data in the form of files. It means, see, if we see it here, we could see, right, whenever we open any file manager, all our data will be stored in the form of files, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Desktop, maybe documents, downloads, everywhere it will be stored in the files in this way. So but coming to this point, I mean, like, wherever we of files, okay, so we stopped using the format of files to save the database. So I
Yeah.
mean, like, to save the storage in the databases. So, and again, after database, we got another updation. That is the latest one. That is relational database. What is this database and what is the above? What's the difference between the both means? See, when coming to database, we are not storing it in the form of tables. We are just storing these files data in the database. I mean, like, the same data, whatever we are storing here, the same we are storing here. But files is taking more storage. In the database, we are using less storage. But whenever you want to retrieve any data, it is really difficult to search the data in the whole concept. So for that purpose, we have started to use relational database. relational database. So what is this relational database? Simple. See, when we do any work like whatever, we'll prefer to search in tables. See, let's say you're in some particular office. We have a data of employee. If I want your employee data, when compared to files, it is easy to search in the tables.
Yes.
So for that reason, to overcome the drawback of searching or retrieving the data in faster way, we have started to use relational database. So what happening here is we are storing the data in the form of tables, that is rows and columns. That's how it works. We are storing the data in rows and columns so that whenever you search, see, whenever we open any Excel, if you do control F and search it, you'll get it immediately. In the same way. So firstly, what is a database? So set of data or else collection of data. We can call collection of data as a database. And if you want to manage this data, we are using DBMS. It means database management system. The same goes for RDBMS. That is relational database management system. So how it's working? So for our main concept lies here, that is SQL. So to communicate with this database, we are using the concept called SQL. So SQL is a sort of mediator. So what's the purpose of SQL is to communicate the so that I can communicate with the database. Database can communicate with me. It means if I want a data with a name Nagasri, I want a data of a person whose name is Nagasri. So I need to communicate with the database. In that purpose, I can contact for the RDBMS through the mediator called SQL. So through SQL, we'll write the command and the RDBMS reaches the command and it will give the output for us. So we can say it simply as in that way. So we can simply draw it as user to user between SQL. So lies between RDB. So this is the main mediator which lies. So and then we got the usage of SQL and for what purpose we are using the SQL. So we'll also be calling SQL as a SQL language as we have discussed before, or else we'll be even calling it as a CLI, Common Language Interface. So this is the only one and only language which we have to communicate with the RDBMS product. If you want to communicate with RDBMS, the only one and only option is SQL. So
Yes.
and also in RDBMS products, we have many products. I'll just give you an example.
Okay.
The examples of RDBMS comes as we have MySQL server. These are the names of the server that comes under the RDBMS. Yeah. And also we have Oracle server. Most of the companies prefer to use Oracle server
Hmm.
because it has the advantage of handling the most of the data. So we have Oracle server and also have MySQL. MySQL is different from SQL.
Yes.
So these three are mostly frequent studies. Be giving example. These three will be having almost similar syntaxes, but the various changes. So whenever we have change, I'll notify you that. Okay. So
Yeah.
and also we have the thing called case sensitive. I think you must see whenever I'm writing select, I can write the select in this way, like caps SELECT cap select.
Hmm.
Is the screen shared or it's stopped?
Yes. Yes. I'm able to view your screen.
Yeah. So I can write the select in this way, or else I mean like completely caps I can write, or else I can write completely small, or else I can write capital S with small. So whichever you write. SQL accepts these queries. So what does that mean? Means we have the generally we have in alphabets. According to English, we have alphabets like capital and small. So we'll be calling capital letters as an uppercase and small letters as a lowercase. So SQL doesn't care of this uppercase or lowercase. So whichever you write, like maybe capitals of complete or smalls of complete or first letter capital, remaining small, whatever you give, it accepts. So the thing is, the only thing, the main concern is the spelling needs to be right. That what so it cares. Irrespective of the case, what accepts. So that's the reason we'll call SQL is not a case sensitive language. Means it does not care of the case sensitives. I mean like it does not care the cases that may be uppercase or lowercase, that whatever it may be. So we'll call SQL is not a case sensitive language. So that we can write whatever queries we have. We can write either uppercase or lowercase. And also, this point also you must have known. Whatever query write, we must end that query with a semicolon. So coming to this, every except this SQL server. In this two, I mean like my Oracle server and MySQL server, semicolon at the end of the statement is mandatory. But coming to SQL server, in SQL server, this is an optional. So it does not treat it as a mandatory thing. Like semicolon is not must. I'll write this point here so that it won't be here. S yeah. In SQL Server, semicolon is not mandatory at the end of each line. That's just an optional case. That's an optional case. We can say it as for readability purpose.
Okay.
So that's what it is. So these are the basics of SQL. Did you get the basics of SQL or do you want me to repeat any of the topic?
No, it's fine. I'm clear with this.
Okay. So now we'll start the type of commands.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as I said before, we have 5 types of commands: DDL, DML, DCL, TCL, DQL. So what are these and why are we using these many commands? The main query is select. If we have select, we can do anything. We agree. But what's the purpose of using all this? So I'll just remove everything. Just go with it. QL, DDL, DML, DQL, TCL, and DCL. So what are this? First going with the DDL command. What is this DDL command? That means data definition language. As the name indicates, what is this? What is the purpose of this is? So I'll just start from this definition language again. So as the name indicates, the DDL helps us in defining the databases. So if we have the database, then only we can work on it. So firstly, we need to create the database. So for the creation of database or table, we'll be using this DDL commands. So I'll show you what are the commands we have in this DDL. So the commands we have is create, alter, truncate, draw. These are the commands we have it under DDL, that is data definition language. And this is DML, that is data manipulation language. So in data manipulation language, we have insert, update, delete. So what are these and what are those? So what's the purpose of using DDL and DML separately means? See, whenever you want to create anything, you can do it only with DDL. You cannot do it with DML. So we can use the DDML only on the present database. I mean, if the database is there, first database needs to be present. For that cases only we can use this DMLs. We can't use, we can't create the databases or tables using DML. That is what DML is. And the DQL. DQL comes under data query language. This is the mostly frequently used one. And the, as you know, this one is a, I think you have worked on it, select. Yeah. And the next one is TCL. See, coming to in these 5 types, these 3 types are the mostly used cases. So what are coming to this next two, TCL and DCL. So what's happening here is we have this like languages, but we are unable to, not unable to, I can simply say we will be using it two rarest, transaction control and data control language. So coming to transaction control language, we have commit, rollback. We have things called commit, rollback, and save point here. Yeah. Yep. And the next one comes under DCL. So what is this DCL? It's data control language. So we have grant and revoke here. So these are the main commands which we are going to see along with the syntaxes. So let's go with the first DDL commands. As I mentioned, what is DDL? DDL is a data definition language. It mainly helps us to define, modify, and to delete any particular database or table. So if you want to create any database or any table, first sure you need to use the DDL commands. Without DDL commands, we cannot create table, database, or whatever server also. Even to create the server also, we need to use this. So for that, we'll be writing the commands. I mean, like to create server means we'll be already having the servers. To use the servers, so we'll be having multiple servers, right? We need to know which database we are storing in which server. For that, we'll be using this DDL commands. So firstly, can I remove this or will you note or anything?
Yeah, I'll just take it.
Yeah, just note it, please.
Yes, I'm done.
Yeah, so I'll delete this. I'll keep only DDL, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming to DDL. So what's happening here? So first we'll go with create. So the name itself indicates. While using this command, we can create a new database or table. So how to create it? So coming to the concept of syntax. As usual, I'll just say you a hint as in DDML, whichever command we are writing, like create or alter or truncate, whatever command we are, I mean, like whichever we are using, we just need to use first command and then table and then table name. If you want to create a table name called SQL, then the syntax will be create table SQL. If you want to create a database, create database SQL. The same way, if you want, I'll show what a truncate and everything is. But right now, I'm just saying for what purpose we are using. I mean, like how the syntax works. So, truncate comes under truncate database SQL or truncate table SQL. You just need to mention table or database, whichever it is.
Yeah.
Only DDL. Coming to DML, we will be not using. See, so whenever we are using select query, we are just giving select star from SQL. I'm like table name. We are
Yes.
not giving a keyword called select star from table SQL.
Hmm.
So only in DDL commands we'll be using a keyword called table or database. You need to mention which one you are using. So that's one of the mandatory thing. So we'll just first come for this create. So so in creating, we'll be having, I mean, like, let's say you are creating a new database. In that database, you want to create a new table. So we'll see how it goes. So first one, I'll be showing it in the SQL server. I mean, like it's a mostly used server. So I'm going with the examples of SQL server. The syntax and everything lies same in the SQL, MySQL, and Oracle database. Generally, which one you are using in your company?
It's Oracle.
Okay. So I'll be showing you three options anyhow.
Yeah.
So coming to this first step. So the step one will be firstly to create a database. So I want to create a database named SQL. So I will go with step one, create database SQL. Whenever you do this, what happens is we'll have a big database. So database means set of data. It's not a one table. Set of tables, we can say simply in a normal our ways. We can just say it is a set of tables as a database. So we have a big storage box which have a capacity to store multiple tables. So first one, create database SQL. I have created it. So we can write it as a database name, but I'm writing it as a SQL because so that you can be understandable. So
Yeah.
create database SQL. This is the first thing. So another step, second step. So what's the second step? Now we have created the database. Now we need to create the table. See, whenever we are working on any Oracle or SQL servers, of course, there will be multiple databases present. So just creating the database doesn't that mean we are using the same database. See, let's say I have created 5 databases at a time for 5 different purposes. Whenever you create a table called query, we don't know in which database the table needs to be stored. So we need to mention which one we need to use. So for that we use keyword. So use database name. So whichever database here you mention, in that database it will store the table. So I'll give use SQL. So we have created the database called SQL and now I have mentioned use the database SQL. So on the next one, the step 3 comes under for what I mean like now we have created the database is done and we have used the database. Now we'll start creating a new table. So the syntax will be same. Create table
Table name.
table name. So coming to in this we have again different types. I mean like we need to see coming to database we does not require to specify the size or whatever it may be. But for table we need to specify the size. Or else if you want to create see we won't be creating an empty table, right? Of course we need column names, rows and whatever we require. So we'll be giving those specifications also here. So coming to the example first, let's go for the table name called mm, training. So in SQL, let's say we have a table name called institute. So create a table institute. So of course, step one will be
Create table.
yeah. Create database SQL. So on the step 2 is use SQL. So whichever we are giving the database here, that we are in that database, we are going to create the table. That's the meaning of the statement. And so coming to third step. So the third step will be we are going to create just give me a minute. So third step will be we are going to create a new table. So create table. We'll go with the table called institute. So for this, I need a table, but along with the table, I require a column names. So I'm going to give column names. So let's say I'm maintaining the data of the candidates who are, what we say, who are getting trained in the particular institute. So the first column name will be the name. So first I'll go with the syntax will be we are going to give bracket first the name of the column. So first column name is ID. So now, so what is the actually we'll be having the thing called data types, right? I think you must
Yeah.
have heard of these names, data types. So right now I'll just give the basic data types like int and char. So regarding all the data types, we'll study later in the W3 schools. So
Okay.
coming to this, what happens is first ID, the syntax will be column name, data type. This is the syntax. If you are
Yeah.
giving any data type called char or anything, you need to mention the size. So ID will be like, let's say our ID is, see, based on the institutes, our IDs will be, right? Like completely numbers it will be. So the ID will be int. Again, we have a tiny int, small int and all. Now I'm not giving that because I didn't give the explanation of those. So right now I'm giving the basic int.
Okay.
Next is name. So student name. Of course, name will be in the character. So character. So how many characters max the name column contains? See, let's say our my name is Shruti and your name is Nagashri. So our names are shorter, but when our surnames gets added, of course it gets bigger, right?
Yeah.
So we don't know how much characters. Let's say we have 50 candidates. So 50 candidates will have different length of their names. So in that cases, we'll give approximate value. I mean, like this is the maximum count. So I'll give 50. So no one name contains more than 50. I mean, like whichever we have data. So I'm giving it as a basic. So in ID int, name char of 50. And also now I want to give, let's say I'm giving the age. So I have mentioned you right. We have int and tiny int. So I can give you, I'll give int here, but I'm just
Mhm.
giving a basic thing and we can give tiny int. So in which cases we are going to use int and which cases we are going to use tiny int is, see, whenever we see any serial number in any institutes or colleges, we could see like it will be containing 5 digits or 6 digits. So we can't confirm it will be 1 digit or 2 digit. So it will be go on the limit. So coming to age, our maximum age who are studying in the institute will be either 20 or 22 or 23. So that's the smallest number, right? When coming to int, we know, right, the storage is 2 bytes, 4 bytes in that way.
Mhm.
So when coming to int, it stores a particular space. So most of the space is getting wasted just for the smallest number like 20 to 33. So for that cases, we are using the tiny int.
Okay.
Tiny int stores half of the space in the int. So
Mhm.
in this case, what we are doing is we are storing half space.
Mhm.
So that's the reason I'm using the tiny int here.
Okay,
And we
tiny
have,
in the sense like when we are sure there will be a 2 digit or 3 digit, we
yeah,
can use the tiny int. What is the limit of like how many digits for this tiny int?
not limit actually. Whenever you're using the least number, I mean,
Mhm.
like let's say you're using between 0 to 100, you know that that's a fixed size 0 to 100 or 0 to 50.
Mhm.
You can use this.
Okay. It is kind of like 2 to 3 digits. If it is more,
Yeah.
then we have to go with int.
Yes. So for again for salary and for all this we need to use the int.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the did you get the syntax of creating a table and database?
Yes.
So these three are the steps. First
Mhm.
step is we are going to create the database and then SQL, and I mean like we are going to mention in which database we are storing this table, and then we are writing the table name by creating this. So when you write in this way, now our table will be this is SQL. So in this SQL database, this is the SQL database of containing more tables. In that, our table is this. So
Yeah.
these are all our empty tables. We don't know what those tables are, but right now we have created this table called institute.
Mm.
In this, we have created a thing called with empty rows and empty columns. So we have just given the column names. What are those column names? ID,
Name,
name,
age.
age. So now we have this thing. You got until this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now I'll be. Can I remove all this?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, so we are done until here, right? Now let's say I want to see whatever I have created. See, according to me, I know whatever I have created, but I want to show you whatever table I have created. In that cases, I can use sp underscore help. See, generally, if you give select star from the table institute, I mean, like select star from institute, it
Hmm.
will give. But what
Yeah.
happens whenever we do that? Oh, it won't give in the table format. I'm like, it will give, but it will give us. See, I'll show you that how what happens when we do this. Yeah. See, let's say, yeah, these all are the SQL examples they have given for us here. Yes. Hmm. So now I do try it yourself. So I give, I mean, they already have the customers table. See here, you can see them, right? These all are the tables they
No,
have.
it is still whiteboard.
Okay, okay. Just give me a minute. It's
Yeah.
sharing the whiteboard, maybe. See, this is the I mentioned right. W3 Skills is providing for us some tables. You could see them here actually. See, these
Yeah.
are the tables already built in. We can
Okay.
work on these tables and we can do practice. They have
Mm-hmm.
customers table with 91 records. We'll be calling rows as records. So
Mm-hmm.
they have category table with 8 records, employees 10, order details, orders, products, shippers, supplies. So we are going to practice on these tables.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I give select star from customers, see we are getting in this way. But
Mm-hmm.
if we have the data, we can show in this way. But right now we have only this column, right? We
Yeah.
don't have any data in this. So we have two ways to print our table. First way is select star from customers. This is a famous one. And the other one is SP help. We are going to use help.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you can simply say it as a fourth step.
Mm-hmm.
I'll share the whiteboard. Yeah. So our syntax will be, you can write it as a, actually it's, you can just mention it as a shortcut thing. Mostly we'll be not using those. SP underscore help table name. Our table name is institute.
Instead,
So by writing this step or select
start
star
from instead.
from institute. In this both anything works. So this is the syntax. You got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So coming to this. So right now we are done with the create syntax. So we can say this help whenever they ask. I mean, like whenever you get it out of what is this help, it's a simply a predefined one. However, we have this select and all these commands. Select is a not a command. I mean, like sp underscore help is not a command actually. We can simply say it as a it's a predefined procedure which helps us to print. See, whenever we are doing any Python or see, whenever we see, we'll be having a documentation already. So in that way, if you give sp underscore help and whichever you require, you'll be getting the data. In that way it is. Okay. So until now we saw the create. So create is done. Now we'll go with alter.
Shruti, inserting the values.
No, we are inserting the values comes under DML.
Okay.
So right now, if you want me to say, I'll say in that way, but it will get confused again.
Okay, sure, no problem.
So that's the reason we are going here. In alter also we can do it actually.
Okay.
So now first one we are done with. Now we'll go with second one. Yeah. So now we have the thing called alter. In alter, we have four types. I mean, like we can use the alter for four types. The name itself says we are using this to modify the structure of a table or a database. So the main reason is we can alter the columns, we can change the column names or table names, and we can even delete the column data. Okay, we have all these options here. So the types are alter, alter column, alter add, sp rename. Actually, rename is also a one of the command main command in DML. We'll be seeing it as a one of the type, but sp rename comes under alter.
Okay.
So and then we have filter drop. So we'll see the one by one first. So first alter column. What is this alter column? We are using this alter column to change the data type and size of the data type. See, let's say we have used before our data, right? We have the thing called ID, name, and age.
Yes.
Let's say I want to change the ID's data type also to tiny int. Like I have only less number of strength. I have like 1, 2, 3. In this way, I have ID. So I want to change the ID's data type from int to tiny int. So now the syntax is alter table. See, whichever commands we are using in DDL, we will be using the word called table or database, whichever we are working on. So alter table, we are going to give table name. Our table name is
Institute.
yeah, institute. And then alt now we are table we are wrote it as we are changing the table called institute. Now alter column, which column we are changing? ID. So just give new data type. Don't give the old data type again. So our old data type is int. Now we want to change it to
Tiny hint.
tiny int. So this is the syntax to change the data type of a particular column.
Okay.
So this is the first type. And the second one, alter add. So what happens with this alter add is we are adding a new column to already existed table.
Okay.
So until now we have only the things called ID,
ID,
name,
name,
and
age.
age. So now I want to write their address or mobile. I'll go with mobile number. Now I want to go with their mobile. I want to add their mobile number. So syntax will be as usual alter table. It doesn't change. And
Alter
then
table, institute.
yeah, we are going to give the table name, alter table, table name, and then alter add. What is the column we want to add? Mobile number.
Mobile number.
So mobile number. So of
Int.
course the syntax will be int because it's a big 10 digits one.
Yeah.
So by giving in this way, what happens is now we have the table with the 4 rows, 4 columns. So we didn't give any data until now. We just added the mobile number column here.
Yeah.
So this is the second one. You got the first and second right?
Yes, yes.
So now the third one is SP rename. See, let's say you want to rename a table name or a column name in the database.
Okay.
See, now you don't like the thing called SQL. You want to
Mhm.
give some other name. So I will change it. So
Oh,
it
it's a,
comes.
to change the table name, or else like I can change the row name, column name also.
No, we can change the table name, row name, column name. No, row names we can't change. Actually, row names are this, right? So we can change the column names
Mhm.
or table name. See, if we are
Uh,
writing.
Column name in the sense that age,
Yeah,
ID.
yeah, I got it. That's the reason I'm just showing the table.
Mhm.
See, will be having the table in this way, right?
Mhm.
So we have the data here from this two we'll be having the data. So
Okay.
here we'll be having ID,
Mhm.
I mean like column names will be having, right? So we can change this one.
Yeah.
So whichever names you want to change, ID, name, serial number, whichever you're writing here. And
Yeah.
also you can change the name called SQL. I mean
Okay.
like table name. Sorry, not SQL, institute. This is the database name, right?
Yes, yes.
In SQL, we have institute. So we can change the name of institute or else the column names.
Mhm.
So this is the syntax. You
Mhm.
got it, whichever changes it works on.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we'll go with this. SP rename.
What is the PSP?
We can say it as simply in SQL, it is one of the predefined structure we can say. I mean, like just a predefined word we'll be using for SQL.
Okay.
SP underscore rename, SP underscore help, and all this. So,
Okay.
so in SP and underscore rename, the syntax is old name, comma new name. So SP underscore new name. So let's say I want to change it from SQL to training. So the present, sorry, institute.
Institute.
Yep. The present table name is institute. I want to change it from institute to training. But the only syntax we are going to follow is whenever we are giving any string, the double quotation or single quotations are must. So institute to I want to change it to training. So when you give this, let's say after this statement you give select star from institute, then it will show like there is no table with the name institute. So to get our table, we need to give select star from training. So that means our table name has changed from institute to training. So you got how it works?
No, can come once again. I was just analyzing.
Yeah, I got it. See, we can say like, see now to print our table, we have a table with four columns, right?
Yeah.
If you want to print the table as we discussed before, we can use sp underscore help or else select star from this table name.
Yes.
So after writing this statement,
Mhm.
if you write select star from institute, it will show
We
we
want.
don't have a table
Yes.
with a
Yes.
name.
Yeah.
So you need to write select star from
Training.
training to get your table. So that's what
Yes.
SP rename is. You got the SP rename right?
Yes. Yes.
So now we'll go with the fourth one. That is,
So Shruti, 1 second. So if I want to rename, now we have a column called ID.
yeah.
So I just want to rename it as serial name. So I can use SP rename ID,
Mm.
comma serial number.
Yes, you can do
So
that.
the syntax will remain same here.
Yeah, syntax doesn't change for SP rename.
Hmm.
So now we'll go with alter drop. Alter, generally we have three terminologies in SQL: drop, truncate, delete. These three, I mean, like these three main purposes to delete the data. But based on their terminologies and usage, there is internal differences. There are internal differences. So first we'll go with this. When coming to drop and delete, the next, I mean, like the third and fourth type are truncate and drop. Then I'll show you the differences between drop, truncate, and delete. So right now, first alter drop. What is a drop? So let's say you want to drop complete a column. So now we have four columns, right? I don't want the column called age. I want to delete that. So in that cases, alter
Okay. Table name. Table name.
table. Yep. Alter table. We have now training. It's not institute.
Yes.
Training. Drop
Age. Oh,
column. We need to, for this we have drop column name.
okay.
We have right top we wrote. So column, the column name is age. So you got how it works. So by
Yeah.
this thing, if you have a data or empty column, whatever it may be, delete the complete column. So right now our table is, we have the SQL database. In a SQL database, we called a table called training. In training table, we have three columns: serial number, name, mobile number, with
Yes.
no data. So
Yes.
that is what we have done until now. You are okay with this, right?
Yes. Clear.
So this is until this, the DDL main two commands are done. Now we'll go with truncate and drop. So what happens is truncate, drop, delete. We have three things in this SQL, the whole SQL. The
Yeah.
truncate and drop comes under this DDL, whereas
Mhm.
delete comes under this DML. The delete, insert, update. This all comes under DML. So I'll say three at a time for you because it will be easy for you to understand.
Okay.
So
Drop is just to drop a whole column.
yeah, to delete a whole column.
Mm.
So
But only in the drop I need to give a column name.
yeah, everywhere that how it works.
Mm.
Yeah. So I'll share my screen. Okay, whiteboard is being shared, right? Okay, can I delete this? I'm not sure. Sorry.
It's already clear.
No, whiteboard is clear now.
Ah, yes.
Okay. So I'll share it. First one is I have mentioned you right. Drop and truncate. These two comes under DDL, whereas this delete comes under DML. This is the first main difference. So coming to the usages. So when you write the name called table name, this one doesn't work. Let me give you other one. Yeah. Get in here opened. Yeah. Oh, so just first give you the brief. So delete, truncate, drop. First step is, I mean, like the first basic difference we have is delete is a DML operation, truncate and drop is a DDL operation. So coming to up their usage. So whenever you give a command call, the syntaxes will be, I mentioned you right, whenever we are writing the DDL commands, we need to mention the word called table. So as truncate and drop or the DDL command, the syntaxes are truncate table name, drop table name. But whereas from for delete, this is a DML command. So we don't need to write the table word. We can write delete this from table. Where condition. See, truncate and drop doesn't support the where clause. You know for what purpose we'll be using where clause, right? If you want to specify a particular condition, let's say I want to delete a row whose name is Shruti. I mean like whose name is Shruti. I want to delete their row. So then I can give delete uh, some star. I mean, like I want to delete the whole record. Delete star from training where name is equals to Shruti. So when I give this, it will check whether with the data call my name Shruti. In truncate and drop, we cannot give these conditions. If you
Mm.
give truncate table name, the whole table will be deleted. You can't mention I want this one to be deleted, this particular thing to be deleted. You can't do that.
Mm.
The same case go for drop. So then what's the difference between drop and truncate? By using the both things, we can delete the whole table, right? So
Yeah.
coming to that, so we have the minor differences. First one is whenever you use the statement called drop table name,
Mhm.
it removes the entire table from the
Yes.
objects. So whenever you print it, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm able to use.
Yeah. Mm, just give me a minute.
Yeah. So in drop, I can drop the complete table or just a column. The complete column will
Yeah.
drop out. So if you come to truncate, it will remove.
Yes. If you want, actually for truncate and drop, it will remove complete values.
Hmm. Hello.
That's the main thing it works. But coming to the main differences, in truncate, it will remove the all data from a table. Whenever you write drop table, table name, it eliminate the table with definition. Definition means whichever we have created everything.
Yeah.
So what happening here is whenever you write this truncate and drop,
Hmm.
it removes for drop, it removes the complete structure. I mean, like the total table will be lost along with the column names, row names, and everything.
Yes.
So if you give the table call, see after let's say I wrote drop table in training. If you
Yeah.
again give because here the table itself lost,
Hmm.
it will show there is no table present. So when you do it the same for truncate table training. If you give the next line, select star from training, we will be having delete the only data from a table. When you give a drop, the complete table will be removed from the database.
Yes.
So you got the main difference between truncate and drop.
Yes.
So and also
Sorry. Can you explain again for the truncate
yeah,
drop is very clear.
I got it. So whenever you use a drop in SQL table, we won't have a table called training.
Hmm.
This is the case for drop.
Yeah.
Coming to truncate, in
Hmm.
SQL we have a table called training, but it's an empty table.
Hmm.
So whenever you use a truncate, we will be having a table with the empty data. Whenever you use a drop, that the data, not the table itself, will be gone. So did you get the difference
Okay,
now?
drop in the sense, so we the example like we want to drop age column, so the complete age.
No. We can't do columns. That's why I said for drop and truncate, we cannot do for the columns. Can do only for the tables. If you want to do for a particular column, you need to use the delete. So that's the reason after drop and truncate, I'll be coming to the step. So by
No, in
using
the
drop
drop
and
you
truncate, you
said
can
drop.
make changes only for the whole table. You can't do it. Yeah.
You were saying drop table name.
Mhm.
Now I want to drop a column name. So
No, you
example,
can't do that. No. For columns, drop doesn't work. Drop or truncate for columns. Whenever you're
uh,
doing it
but
for a
you
column,
explained that
we
no,
need
we
to
have to
mention where
mention.
clause.
No,
No,
you
that's for
mentioned.
delete I have given. I have given it for delete. Delete star from table name where s name is equals where name is equals to Shruti. That is the example you are saying, right?
No, not that. Previously, you mentioned drop in this like drop table name, column name. You
No,
mentioned.
that's for alter drop, right?
Ah, okay.
Alter drop differs from drop actually.
Okay.
So
I thought it's like I'm mixed up. Then alter drop and the
yeah, I
drop. I
got
will.
it.
Mhm.
So that's the second one. This is the third one. Whenever I'll prefer, I mean, like want you to prefer delete whenever you want to delete a particular column. Use delete command. So in because in truncate or drop, we can't use this where clause because it doesn't support the where clauses. So if you want to delete any particular column, you need to mention right where column name is equals to this. So without using where, we cannot work on the particular columns or row names in this drop, delete, and truncate. But
Oh,
for drop and truncate, it is not allowing, it is not supporting for us to use this where clause.
okay.
So in
So
that
drop
cases,
in the sense it will like completely the data will remove the complete
no table will be removed.
institute table will remove. In truncate, institute table will be there and the headers will be there, but there won't be any data.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Delete is
And
like whatever we want to delete the rows, that thing will get deleted.
Yeah. So in delete also we have this other option.
Mm,
See, let's say if you write delete from institute, it will delete everything.
mm,
If you want to give where condition, there is no difference between delete and drop. I mean, like delete
yeah.
and truncate.
Okay.
If you want to do, I mean, like separate workouts, you need to give where. If you want to give where, then there is no difference between delete and truncate in syntax. I mean, like in working, but internal we have differences. So first difference is delete is a DML and truncate as a DDL that we know. So delete, through delete we can delete a specific row or specific particular record, but in truncate that's not possible. And in
Yeah.
delete we have the support of where clause. In truncate we don't have it. So, and the main difference that lies is both truncate and drop. When if you use the thing called the syntax, like
Mm,
drop table training or truncate table training,
mhm.
the next step we can't get the data back. I mean, like we don't have the data backed up. We cannot reverse the reaction. That's reaction is an irreversible for both truncate and drop. So these both for truncate and drop, we cannot get the data back if you write the statement. So that's the reason we'll be calling it as a permanent data deletion for truncate and drop.
Oh.
So we need to use carefully whenever we use this because the data will be lost or without any backup.
Mhm.
So coming to delete, it's a temporary data deletion. See, let's say you can store in one other table whenever you delete it. See, let's say you want to delete the row called my name with my name with Shruti. As I said before, example, select from training where name is equals to Shruti. So I can store this everything in another table. So
Yes.
though you are deleting it, you can keep it aside for temporary purpose. But for truncate and drop, we don't have these. These are permanent deletion commands. So whereas
Okay,
delete is the,
Shruti.
yeah,
Before doing this drop, truncate, delete, if I can take a backup and I after that I can do all this activity, no?
yeah,
Then
that's different. We have the, for that we have again DCL, TCL, save back, roll points. We
okay.
have those again.
Yeah.
But for the command itself, it's allowing us for the backup delete.
Mhm.
But for see, whenever you use the command called truncate and drop, it doesn't allow us for backup. But delete command itself is allowing for backup.
Okay,
So
okay.
doing external backup is different from providing backup, right?
Mhm.
So that's what it is.
Okay, okay. So
So
for
we,
truncate and drop on personally, I can keep a backup and then I can do this
yeah,
truncate and drop.
yes,
If there is no backup, it is done.
yeah, it
But
is
for
done. We can't
delete,
get
I
it back.
can already even after the command delete, the backup will be there.
Yes. So if you, let's say you have used this delete command, you
Mhm,
want to roll back that step. I mean, like you want to get it back the data. So
mhm.
we have this command called rollback. In coming up, you'll be getting to know them.
Yeah,
I have mentioned you that, right? Rollback, we have it.
yeah.
So if you write this using this rollback step, the data will be get backed up. You don't need to do another backup of data or anything. You want to get your data back, right? Whichever you have deleted. Simply you can use rollback command. I'll show you the syntax when we are coming for rollback. Okay.
Okay.
So right now truncate and drop rollback is also not supported. Backup is not available. The data is permanently deleted. So the execution speed is also fast for truncate and drop. But whereas coming to delete, we are writing a where condition, right? So it needs to compare the data. So it will be
Mhm.
faster
Yes.
in our view. But when compared to these three, delete takes a little minute fraction of seconds more when compared to drop and truncate. So execution speed is little slow. That's what we call. So you got the main differences between these three, right?
Yes.
So these are the differences main. See the same thing. Delete is the DML, truncate, drop or DDL. Delete, it only can be rolled back. We can't roll back. I mean, like we can't get back the data from truncate and drop. So I said right, it will not delete the data permanently, but this will remove the data permanently.
Mhm.
And this is slow because delete have where conditions. So it is
Yeah.
slow. These both are fast. And also only delete allows us to use the where clause. This both doesn't allow. So see the syntax: truncate table name, drop table name. But coming to this syntax, delete from table name. If you give this line, there is no difference between truncate and delete. I mean, like only in the output. But if you want to do for particular condition, delete from table name where name is equals to this, ID is equals to this in this way. So you got this right?
Yes.
So now we'll go with, so until now we are done with DDL. You are okay with create and you're okay. I'll just
Yes.
read out the names whichever we are done. Just give me the confirmation if you need any revision. So SQL introduction, DDL commands we have create. We are using the three steps there. Create database name, use database, create table name. If you want to view that, select star from table or sp underscore help table name.
Yes.
These are the four steps in creating. And the next one is alter. We have four things in alter. Alter column, alter add, sp rename, alter drop. So by using
Okay.
alter column, we can alter the data types of a particular columns. By using the alter add, we can add the column. By using sp rename, we can rename the table name or column names. Alter
Yes.
drop, we can drop the column. So that's what
Yes.
it is. And the next one is truncate and drop. These both are DDL commands. This both deletes the permanently data. We cannot get the data back. Rollback is not supported. And where clause is also not supported. It's the table structure. It's, I mean, like we'll be having the empty table whenever you use the truncate. But whenever you use the drop, the whole table will be lost.
Yes.
So these are the, until now, whatever I said, the recap. You are okay with it, right?
Yes, I'm clear with this.
Okay. Now we'll go with DML right now. So in DMLs, so in DML, we have three commands: insert, update, delete. You have saw the delete right now. So now we'll go with insert and update. You have asked me, right? We have added the columns, but how to insert the data? So we
Yes.
will be using insert and update for this both.
Mhm.
So firstly, what is this DML is? Data manipulation language. So it will be used to change or edit or manipulate particular data in the database or the table, whichever we are working on. So firstly, insert. So when going with this, first one I'll go with is insert. If I want to now, until now we have an empty table with these three columns. That is
Yeah.
name, ID, name, and mobile number, right? So I want to insert the records now. I have a
Mm.
columns and I want to insert the records. Records or rows, both prefers the same. So now inserting a new row into a table. We have two methods here: implicit method and
So,
explicit method. So we'll see what are these both. First, I'll show you how. Yeah,
so in between, like
yeah, Nagavini, can you
again,
hear me?
yes,
Sorry, Nagashri.
now you're clear. In between, again, there was a disturbance.
Okay, sorry. So coming to insert. First, we'll see we have two things. You can insert one record at a time, or else you can insert all records at a time using one command.
Mm-hmm.
So now first we'll see with one record how to insert one record.
Yeah.
So for all the DDL commands, we have used two common names.
Mm-hmm.
Table, from, right? We have used from table as a common, like from table or from database, right?
Yeah.
This word. So coming to insert, we have a thing called into.
Mm-hmm.
So for every command, we have this tab, one word fixed. So for insert, that word is into. This is a fixed word we use. Whenever you are using the insert command, into command is, I mean, like you can say it as a clause or some any word. So whenever you are using insert, into is must. So insert into training. I want to insert data into training. So
Insert
that's,
into table name.
yeah. Insert table is not required. We'll be writing the table name. Insert
Yes.
into table name.
Mm-hmm.
So values. Values is also a keyword.
Mm-hmm.
Insert into and values are keywords here. Used for insert command. Mandatory. These both are need to be used must. Insert into table name values. Now we are going to give our record in the bracket. I mean like our records in
Previous
the brackets.
ID.
Yeah. So first one is we have given our ID already, right? Just we need to maintain the same. I mean, like order. Our
Yeah.
order is ID, name, and mobile number, right?
Yes.
So I'll give ID as 1, name as Nagashri.
It doesn't require the quote.
Oh, yeah, I'm giving it. Because whenever we are writing any string, the double or single, anything will be accepted, but it should be there.
Okay.
Comma mobile number, I'm just giving its random number.
Yeah.
So this is the number. So when you do this, our table has one record. So in the same way, so this is the first method, that is implicit method. So now let's say, uh, just give me a minute. Yeah. So now whenever we are writing this, see, whenever you're filling any Google form, you'll have a thing called mandatory, right? I mean, like you'll have a red
Yeah.
star. Whichever having red star, you need to fill them mandatory. In the same way, in our table, we'll be having some columns called mandatory columns. I'll show you how to mention that as a mandatory. We have that another method. Right now, we will just discuss. We have some columns called mandatory columns. So let's say you have all this data. Now only name and serial number are mandatory here. ID and name is mandatory. Mobile number is not mandatory. So in
Yeah.
that cases, you can use explicit method. I mean, like the same. Insert into training values 1 Navashri. You don't want to give the mobile number, it's not a mandatory, that works.
Okay.
Okay.
How should I define that these two are mandatory?
Oh, that's we have the other topic in that. That's a little. It comes under little near joints. We'll be having.
Okay.
For
Okay.
that, before that, you need to know other clauses. Where and all these clauses you need to know them.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
Okay. So right now, this is the implicit method and explicit method. In implicit method, we can give all at a time. I mean, like all rows, all column data at a time. In explicit method, if you have some mandatory columns, you can mention only those.
Okay.
So now let's say I want to give I want to give 2 to 3 rows or columns in a single command. See, I can't write every time insert into training values data,
Yeah.
insert into training values data, insert. So in that way, I want to add all the rows by using one syntax. So we can write the same. I'll show. Insert into training. I have written here, right? Then comma. Here itself you can just give it them.
Yeah.
Comma, bracket open, 2, I'll give Shruti, and then I'll give mobile number. So that's how it works. You got right?
Yes. Got it.
In this way. In the same way, if I have third one, 3, I have a name called something, and I'll give the number. So in this way, in the single syntax, you can give multiple records. So this is a syntax for implicit. See, and also, uh, now let's say I want to only give, I mean, like, this is like, you are done with implicit, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll go with explicit main syntax. So we have saw this, right? Insert into training values 1 Nagashri. So, but let's say our, I mean, like, in our mandatory fields, ID is not there. In our mandatory fields, we have only mobile number and name. So if you give name and mobile number, it doesn't take because the order is mandatory. Whichever
Yes.
you give first, it goes for ID. That one should be integer, tiny in that too. Whichever you are giving name, it should be character. It should not contains any numbers. I mean, like it should be in double
Yeah.
quotations. Third one, whichever you are giving, it should be contained completely numbers, no names or no integers. I mean, like no characters or special characters. So in that cases, we will be giving them as we'll be specifying which columns we are mentioning. So insert into our
Table
table name is training
values.
as usual values. But before giving values, we are mentioning our order of the, I mean, like new order. Before our order is already been set. The order is ID, name, and mobile number. But now our mandatory fields have changed. So our mandatory field now is ID, comma, number, mobile number.
Ah,
So now whichever order I'm giving here, that is being followed. Values. Here the same. 1, Nagashri. So here let's go. Bracket close. Comma is mandatory for after one record and second record. 2, comma, Shruti. Sorry, we have given mobile number, right?
yeah.
So 1, comma, number. 2, comma, number. 3, comma, number. You got it how it works?
Yes.
So implicit means we need to give every column data. No, you want to add only particular columns, you can go with explicit method.
Mm-hmm.
So you're okay with it?
Yeah. So one thing, Shruti. So
Yeah.
if I want to add all the values, I'll just straight away go with the first step. Insert into table
Implicit.
name, values, and okay, implicit. In the in this, so some rows I want to add this only mandatory columns, and some rows will have all the data. In that case,
In that case, it will be having null values. I mean, like it will be having the data, I mean, like empty data it will be having. So you're saying in that cases, names are empty, right? That's what you're saying. If we
no,
add in
now
this,
we had given ID and mobile number as a mandatory table, right? Considered.
yeah, yes,
So name will be null.
yeah.
So the fourth serial number person will come, ID, name, and the mobile number. How to insert that here?
Now you need to write the other syntax. Insert into training, you can use the implicit method. Whenever
Okay.
you are using this line, you can add only ID and mobile number. You can't give the name.
Mhm. So in the explicit method, we can use the mandatory columns. In the implicit method, we can use all the
Yeah, I mean, like
values.
whichever you prefer.
Mhm.
Yeah, you asked right how to define the mandatory values.
Mhm.
This is a simple method.
Okay.
We have
Okay.
other, but this is a simple method. Google form that is for the whole table.
Mhm.
But this is for only inserting. At present, we are giving the temporary mandatory values.
Mhm. Okay.
Okay, you got it this both?
Yeah, fine.
Yeah. If you have time, we can go with update because you are okay with this, right? We have update still.
Yeah,
We are
it's
if
fine.
we are done with update. Okay, so we'll go with update now. So update. See, for all the DDL commands, our common words are from table. For
Mhm.
insert, our common words are into table name, into values. These two are
Value.
the common words. So coming to update, we have set. So, and other thing I want you to mention is in DDL commands, where clause is not supported. We saw right, drop and truncate does not support where. As
Yes.
same as those, alter and create also does not support where.
Mhm.
Only DML command supports as a where clause. Insert, update. See, let's say we have this saw this explicit condition, right?
Mhm.
So yeah, I forgot to say this. See, let's say you want to update. I mean, like you want to insert. You asked me, right? Let's say ID and mobile number are there. Name is empty. How to insert that? So in that case, you can use the explicit method. We saw this explicit syntax, right? Insert into training. The
Mhm.
required column is name here because we don't have the data. Name. Values is Nagashri, comma Shruti.
Mhm.
Let's say I want to add only yours, Nagashri. So for which row I need to add? So where ID is equals to 1.
Okay.
So whose ID is equals to 1 for that cases, we are changing the name to Nagashri from empty to Nagashri.
Mhm.
You got it in which cases we can use the explicit?
Yeah.
Okay. So now update. So the thing of this, I mean, like the syntax is update table name, set column name. So we are what's happening here is we can update the all. See, let's say our age. Actually, our age is not there, but just to say, I'm adding this age. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say you want to update the age for all candidates. All candidates' age is 22.
Mm-hmm.
So in that cases, you can do update. By using update, we can update the all rows in a table at a time. If you want to do for a particular records, then we can use where clause. So the first syntax is update table name, that is training. Set. Set means which thing you want to update. Now we are mentioning it. Set age is equals to 22. So you want to update only age. Let's say along with the age, you want to update mobile number. I mean, like you want to remove the mobile numbers. So
Mm-hmm.
mobile number is equals to empty.
Null.
Yeah. So I'm giving it as an empty.
Mm-hmm.
So now when you write this, two columns will be updated, age and mobile number.
Yeah.
So where condition, if you won't give where condition, every ones will be goes for 22.
Yeah.
Every mobile number will goes for empty. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say I want to give only mine. I want to empty my change my age and mobile number. Where ID is equals to 2.
Mm-hmm. It's like name is equal to, I can use it.
Yeah, we can give it name also. Name is equals to Shruti. So you got how the update works.
Yeah.
So this is the syntax for update.
Mm.
So any doubts in this three? I mean,
No,
like whichever we're done with today.
no. It's clear. Like I need to practice.
Yeah. So if you want to practice,
Mm-hmm.
you can go in this. You can find them down. Insert update. Anyhow, we'll be going in order. Whenever we go in order, see you can see here. Create database, drop database, create table, drop table,
No,
alter
it's
table.
only whiteboard.
Okay, okay. Sorry, I think it's whiteboard is getting shared. And then stop sharing it. Yeah. If you want to practice, you can practice now. But I think I mean, like, still there are some more to learn to practice these commands before. So I'll say right now you remember these commands.
Yeah.
So while coming down, see here you can get create database, drop database, backup database, create table, drop table, alter table. Actually, these all are basics.
Yeah.
After going from here, we need to go there. The firstly itself, I'm saying you this concept because this is the basic, most basic concept. Now you can't do practice without knowing all of these. So I'll prefer you to remember the syntaxes of all these commands and differences between whichever I have said now. After that, if you want to practice, you can practice them here. And
Yeah.
we have insert, all this here also. You can just do it, write yourself, and you can write your own commands on the tables.
Okay.
And if you want to see the tables, click on try it yourself and click on this. It will open the tables for you. I mean, like you can see whatever, see, this is the table with the 91 records. You want to see the table called categories. See, it will change. Select star from categories.
Where
You
I'll
want to
get
work on it. Yeah.
like where I'll get this?
This is the W3 Schools SQL.
Mm-hmm.
So which table you want to work on, just click on the table. The command will change according to the table. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think it will be better because see, we have 518 records, 196, 91 records. When compared to
Yeah.
working on 3 records, this much records, it will better useful for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm.
So I think I'm clear from today's class.
Yeah, it's clear.
Yep. So let's go. Yeah. So tomorrow let's go with this next concept, that is DCL, TCL, and DQL. And then we'll be going for this order. Once we are done with that, we'll be following this order
Yeah.
from first to last.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And Shruti, if you have
Thank you.
any
No doubt it. I'll be
material,
winding the session.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll be
So
sharing it to
Shruti,
Prithvi today.
yeah. Even for this, like commands and all, if you have any document, just share me, or else like I'll just practice this.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you, Shruti.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Narisi. Meet you later. Bye bye.